Bill Clinton, after he had left office, we found out that he had kept 70, I think it was 78 or 79 recordings, tape recordings of his activities as president. There was an author who was, I think, in his residence, or maybe it was in the Oval Office, or both, it doesn't really matter. And he wasn't just interviewing Bill Clinton, and these weren't his just casual thoughts. These tapes were documenting his presidency in the sense they captured him, according to reports, communicating with foreign leaders, members of Congress, etc. And we had seen that material be publicly disclosed somehow. And back in 2009, back when I was a little kid, we asked for them under I believe the FOIA law, the Freedom of Information Act. We may have invoked the Presidential Records Act because of the intersection between the two. And I won't get into too much complexity on that, but essentially the PRA, once the records become part of the Presidential Records Act process over at the archives and are processed, they're subject to disclosure under law. And the disclosure requirements are similar to FOIA. So it's all kind of bound up in the same approach in terms of public disclosure. So our thinking was, well, how is it the president can take records with him that evidently relate to government decision-making and just say they're personal? And we thought that the Presidential Records Act and the law generally required the archives to go and get them. And this is what happened. The Justice Department, who represented the archives in the case we pursued, said, nope, you can't do it. You can't force them to do it. The president has the right to have the records. They're presumptively his because he didn't transfer them over at the end of his presidency, so we just presume them to be personal. I want to say that again. The lawyer for the archives told the federal court judge that because a president had certain records after the presidency that he had not turned over to the archives at the end of his presidency, they were presumed to be personal. Now, did they tell that to Judge Reinhardt down in Florida when they went in there, waving their arms, waving their hands, saying, oh, he has presidential records, oh, he has classified records? I doubt it. I doubt it. And you can bet that's why they don't want to turn over to Judicial Watch and to you, the American people, the full explanation, the full background as to what they told the judge there.